Hey guys, back again. Video number 5 for today. Okay, I'm trying to eat a sandwich and keep my flies. They're not my flies. I don't know. Keep the flies off for my sandwich. Okay, the next one is called Food Preservation on 4 Legs. So I'll hold this up there. Hopefully, get a good. Shut it off. Right there. Okay. Try to use that when. Right. Picture of it. Okay, this one's by Justin Rhodes. And I do believe he has a YouTube channel, so check out his channel. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Food preservation on 4 legs. Here we go. Your best bet is to grow and eat guinea pigs, he told me. This is one of the first things that Chuck Marsh, my first permaculture teacher, ever said to me. This was not what I was expecting when I hired him as a consultant. I'd paid $240 for 3 hours of his expertise, and this is how we began. That was nearly 10 years ago, and money was tight. I could live on $240 a week. I wondered if I had made a mistake. Chuck must have seen the fear in my eyes because he changed his tune and told me that he was only joking. Once I took a breath, he tried again, saying, "You know, guinea pig is a delicacy in many countries. Seriously." He went on to explain that pound for pound, guinea pigs are one of the most efficient sources of meat. Besides behind the grasshopper, of course. Once I realized he was kidding, I gave his idea some thought. You probably see what Chuck was doing with this question. He was going to an extreme in order to expand my mind. He used to tap his forehead and tell me, "You know what stands between your powerful brain and your goal? It's your thick skull." Didn't think of it that way. It's probably my problem. He challenged me to stop limiting myself and think outside of the box. I may not have a single guinea pig and I don't raise grasshoppers, but that expertise helped me to this day. It helps me to question everything. Do we really need to eat chicken? Is there something else? Do I really have to grow vegetables? Should I really plant fruit trees in a nice and tidy row? Do I have to keep honeybees in a square box? You get the idea. My wife Rebecca and I began to question our food supply, and we decided to replace our conventional milk with organic milk. Before you knew it, we were rotationally grazing our 100% grass-fed A2 milk cows and drinking their raw milk. Kind of jealous. For the last couple of years, we've enjoyed growing and eating duck and geese. But I gotta say, this year I'm over it. I opened the freezer and saw the duck in there, and it was almost disgusting. Strange how I couldn't imagine eating something I once prized. Thankfully, I allowed myself to question our plans for ducks and geese when it came time to order our birds this year. I said to Rebecca, "Do you actually still like to eat duck?" She was about as excited as I was. Wait.
Don't be scared.
Time to cross them off the list. It was absolutely freeing. I tell people all the time to grow what's close to their hearts and to check in with their heart year after year. Don't grow kale because it's cool. If you don't like it, don't grow it. And don't keep growing tomatoes because you once thought that they were the cat's pajamas and you told all your friends that you and tomatoes were going to get married. I'm here to say it's okay to divorce yourself from your once beloved fruits and veggies.
What's happening?
Hopefully, I've warmed you up nicely and expanded your mind for what I'm about to say. I don't can food, and I have no desire to can food. You lose a lot of nutrients when you can, and one of the main reasons I homestead is for health reasons. I love the grid, and I don't mind dehydrating and freezing instead. Actually, I don't like those processes either, but I like them better than canning. Now, Rebecca has hopes for canning. There's proof of that in the pallet of glass jars sitting in our basement. Now, if you haven't already moved on and left this article behind, stick with me. I'm just pushing things to the extreme to get you outside of your box. I'm not saying you can't can food. I'm just hoping you'll open your mind. Who knows? Maybe you'll expand your preservation techniques or can an entire side of beef next year. Whether you can or not, I still love you. How about instead of canning, you plant a winter harvest garden? Here's where you'll have to put on your guinea pig mindset. You don't need to eat canned green beans and squash all winter. Try this instead, this summer. Plant cold hardy crops like kale, spinach, and lettuce, Swiss chard, and turnips, then cover them with a low tunnel to protect them from frost. Add greenhouse plastic to protect them from the snow, and then you can harvest fresh greens for years. I've harvested greens smack dab in the middle of winter in 6 inches of snow. I can hear you saying, "But you're in North Carolina, you lucky dog. I'm in Delaware." Well, I learned the winter harvest garden technique from Elliot Coleman, who keeps a winter harvest garden in Maine. All this to say, you have options. You don't have to can your food. You can grow leafy greens and simply eat fresh all winter long. Heck, we went to plant our potatoes this year in March, and we must have found half a bushel of potatoes that we missed during our harvest last year. They were fine. That means my entire potato harvest could have been left in the ground all winter for me to pick here and there when I wanted a nice firm potato. The leftover potatoes from my best storage idea down in the basement were all soft and rotten by spring. Stupid flies, get off my sandwich. Alright guys, hang on. No. No. Trying to keep the flies out of everything. Okay. Right. Hopefully I've warmed you up with my suggestion to lighten up on the canning and shift your consumption to fresh winter hardy crops. That was my guinea pig suggestion. Now I'm about to throw out the grasshopper idea. What if there was nutrient-dense food that almost everyone likes, that you didn't have to freeze, dehydrate, or even cover when it was frosty and cold outside? What if there was a crop that gave 8 to 24 pounds of food a day for 7 months straight, had a 2-month off season, and then cranked back up? If you haven't picked up on it, I'm talking about the family milk cow. Here's why family cows are the ultimate food preservation idea. The cow lives on grass, and if you get solid grass-fed stock, she'll thrive on 100% grass. Grass is prevalent, but you can't eat it. But those four-bellied cows sure can. And you know what? You can eat the cows. And to top it off, you get milk to drink. I'm increasing my herd of cows because of everything that's happening with supply chains, food shortages, and inflation. The grass doesn't care about any of this. It just keeps on growing. And the cows just keep eating it and performing nature's greatest miracle, turning inedibles into superfoods. 2, cows store their food on their hooves. We just finished watching 1883, a drama following pioneers on the Oregon Trail. I certainly didn't notice any fresh veggies, no canned goods for that matter either. But you know what they did have? Their herd of cattle, which they literally guarded with their lives. And every few days the cook would butcher and prepare beef. I realize we're nowhere near marching down the Oregon Trail, but many of us simply want to store food for the winter or prepare for an uncertain future. Many people can their food because you can store it at room temperature, but why not store your food out in the field? There's plenty of room. Number 3. Grass-fed cows can give 1 to 3 gallons of milk, 8 to 24 pounds or more of fresh milk every single day. If push comes to shove, you could not only survive on milk, but you could also thrive even if it's all you had. A properly managed cow will give you milk for 7 straight months before you dry it off for a couple of months to birth a calf. 7 months of milk. That's hard to appreciate nowadays, where you can get a watermelon in the dead of winter at the grocery store. Most fruit and veggie growing seasons last weeks, maybe some last months, or even fewer. Like bananas can last all year round. Oh, and don't forget all that stuff comes from milk, ice cream, yogurt, cream, and cheese. Most of these can easily be stored a very long time at room temp. 4, cows give you a calf every 10 to 12 months if managed properly, and that calf is something you can sell, raise for more milk, or raise for beef. How can you not be tempted to try keeping a family cow when the byproduct is raw milk and a calf? That just depends with us on room for grazing. So, 5, cows equal beef. Whether you're eating a nearly grown calf or harvesting an old lady cow, you'll have anywhere between 200 to 400 pounds of meat. If all you ate was meat, the average man needs 2 pounds a day, and the average woman needs 1.5 pounds per day. Let's say you have 300 pounds after butchering. That's 200 pounds of pure sustenance for all you ladies in the house. 6, cows have livers. Liver is the most nutrient-dense food in the world. Gross. It's rich in vitamins and minerals like zinc, iron, copper, vitamin A, vitamin B, and more. I'm not proposing you make any nutrient sacrifices. I want you to opt for a more sustainable, easily stored food. 7, you don't need to can or even freeze your food. I love the power from the grid as much as all you canners out there love canning, trust me. But over the last couple of years, I've had this desire to build what I call redundancy and resiliency. I still freeze a lot of food, but what happens if we have a shortage of energy or a supply chain issue? It would sure be nice to have another way to store this stuff. Well, there is, and it's quite simple. We had Master Butcher Brandon Sheard out to our farm last summer to teach us how to break down our animals and store them with salt. Yep, that's all you need. Good old-fashioned salt. Listen, I could go on, but I'm hoping that I'm giving you a nice brain-stretching exercise to get you thinking outside of the box. So whether you keep on canning or get a family cow, I hope you'll start and or continue questioning everything in your life so you can clear a narrow path that's just right for you. Justin Rhodes teaches and inspires millions of people to grow their own food. He is the founder of Abundance Plus and authored the popular book The Rooted Life. He and his family of 7 are the 4th generation to sustenance farm on their beautiful 75-acre homestead in the mountains of North Carolina. And he does have a YouTube channel. So, anyway. I will go ahead and get off from here, and I will see you guys I might do another one tonight. I might not. If not, then I will see you guys on the next one within the next few days, which will be 3 delicious summertime pizza recipes, guys, and I will see you then. Remember, do your research. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure that YouTube has not messed with your subscriptions. And click the notification bell and click on all so you get all the notifications, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.